Hey guys, Hector here with sort of a controversial vlog. So I want to talk about some stuff that's been in the news a little bit lately. So recently, President Obama went over to Japan, specifically Hiroshima. I'm not sure exactly why, but a lot of people were saying, oh, is he going to apologize for the atomic bombs back in World War II? Some people were saying he should apologize. Some people are saying he shouldn't apologize. And then I just saw news like right now where he specifically said he's not going to apologize. So I kind of wanted to talk about that whole thing and the whole apology thing. Again, this is just my personal opinion. And so, of course, I'm an American, so some people might say I'm biased in that area. But then I have a ton of Japanese stuff, and so some people might say I'm biased towards that thing because I love Japanese people and I'm learning the language and everything like that, etc., etc. Anyways, so again, this is just my opinion. And there are so many Americans, 300 million Americans, that have conflicting ideas of this. Some people are saying they should apologize because the atomic bombs were horrible, horrible weapons. Not just the whole bombing of the area, but they're atomic bombs for one, and that they killed civilians. And for another, on the other side, some people are saying they shouldn't apologize because Japan attacked us and it was war, etc., etc., etc. So, in my personal opinion, I don't think he should apologize because he didn't do the bombing. That's one of the reasons why I just don't think it really makes sense. So, the bombings happened literally 71 years ago. And the president wasn't even born then. His father wasn't even from America. Of course, his mother was. So, I just don't see how it's his responsibility. And he wasn't the president at the time. Sure, he's the president now, but President Truman was the person who was responsible for it. And if I recall correctly, Truman was a super racist dude, so I don't even think he would like Obama as a president. Just a side note. But this kind of reminds me of how I was talking to a Japanese person online, I don't know, like a year ago or something. And I was saying I want to go to Japan and, visit all these different areas. And they said, oh, you should visit the memorial site at Hiroshima. I think it was Hiroshima. It might have been Nagasaki. And I was kind of interested in doing it, but like, why do you say that I should do it? And they're like, well, because you're an American and so you should do it. And I'm like, but that doesn't make any sense. Just because I'm an American, I'm like immediately responsible for the president's actions 71 years ago. I wasn't born then. My parents weren't born then. My dad wasn't even born in America. He was born in Mexico. Well, in the United States of America. He was born in Mexico, which is part of North America. I don't want to get involved in that whole topic again. So, it's just kind of weird how people still kind of think that since you're American, that you're responsible for stuff that happened so long ago. And I've talked about this in other vlogs too. It's kind of like that whole saying about the sins of the father. I don't really know the whole saying, but it's something about sins of the father, something. But basically, you shouldn't be responsible for your sins of your father. And where does it end? Like, let's say one person apologizes, and then we have a new person in power. Does that person also have to apologize? Do we have to just keep going on forever and ever and ever? And the other point that I wanted to make is it was war. That was probably a bad point to make, but it was just a whole world war going on, and everybody was just stretched out and dealing with so much stuff. And the United States didn't even know if there would ever be an end to the war in the Pacific. And if I know my history right, they were saying that they were so close to being defeated by Japan. And pretty much the thing that turned it around were those atomic bombings. And those atomic bombings didn't even kill as many people as were killed in like the fire bombings of Tokyo. Again, it was bad that they killed civilians. And I believe during the bombing of Pearl Harbor, they specifically didn't attack civilians. They only attacked the military section. And I don't even think Hawaii was a U.S. state at the time. I might be wrong on that. I think it was just like a U.S. territory. But anyways, so there's a lot of mixed stuff on that. And then some people said the emperor at the time did want to apologize for Pearl Harbor, but then I think there was some mixed things, and he was like saying no, he wasn't going to apologize, like he took it back. But my point is, I don't think people now should apologize for what other people did. And even if we got people who were in charge and still alive, if they apologized, it'd still be kind of weird to apologize for something that you know that you had to do to win the war. And as everybody knows, war is hell. And it's just kind of tough to keep thinking about what ifs. So what if we didn't bomb them? What if this didn't happen? What if that didn't happen? Maybe we would have lost the war and Japan still covered so many different countries in the Pacific. You know, there's a lot of what ifs, but just in my personal opinion, the way history has gone, I don't think we should have to apologize. Anybody in the United States that's still alive should have to apologize for what happened with those atomic bombings. Maybe if a veteran of World War II wants to apologize for people he killed, he can do that if he wants. That's totally up to himself. But then he doesn't have to. I'm not saying he has to, just if he wants to, because again, he was just in the military during a time of war defending his country. So basically, my answer is no, nobody should be forced to apologize for what happened if they were responsible or if they weren't responsible. That's pretty much it. That's my own opinion. You can have a completely different opinion, and I'd love to hear it in the comment section. You can leave a comment if you like. I'm going to have a totally civil conversation, a little back and forth. And also, you can subscribe to my channel for more American-related videos. And if you have any thoughts of any other American-related videos, like you want me to talk about a certain subject, maybe something in the news, maybe a certain stereotype that you keep hearing, you can also leave a comment and tell me about that, and then I'll try and cover it in a future video. But I guess that's about it. So see you guys later.